Hello, and welcome to your Libra New Moon reading. With this new moon today being in Libra, it connects to our relationships with ourselves, our environment, the others in our lives. It also tunes into where we want balance and harmony in our lives, specifically where it lands on your astrological wheel. And another message that came forward with all of this energy and with it being a new moon, which is about setting intentions for what we want to manifest in our life, not necessarily seeing it come into manifestation right away, but trusting that if we set the intention with the right energy, it will take root and grow. And one thing I feel that Source and God and Universe and the Goddess and whomever, whatever frequency you connect to on a higher realm is asking all of us right now with this new moon in Libra is to reclaim our relationships within ourselves and come back into balance and harmony and truth and justice for ourselves, with ourselves, so that it can be reflected out into the vastness of our life and experience on this planet. And if I'm honest, I've struggled with Libra energy in the past, and where it sits in my personal astrology chart is in the 12th house, which is the deepest, darkest, most secret, most private part of your astrology chart. It also connects into your spirituality, your and your fears and your self-undoing. And I think a lot of my past I spent focusing on that deep darkness and that self-undoing part of what the 12th house can be, but spirituality also lives in there, and it honestly took me until earlier just today to realize why it can be self-undoing and why Libra has been a challenging energy for me with that sense of self-undoing. And it all connects back into that message of it is time to reclaim your relationship to you and my relationship to me. And I wanted to read a part of a book. It's a book that I've been studying astrology for my own self-discovery and understanding and learning. And it's not sponsored or anything like that. If Yasmin Bolin knows who I am, I'd be simply awestruck and amazed, but really don't think that's the case. But I've been studying this book on astrology and my own chart through it, and it's been really insightful. And I wanted to read what Yasmin Bolin has to say about the Libra energy in your astrology chart, connected to whatever house it's connected to. So if you're like myself and Libra is connected to your 12th house, then this will connect into feelings of potential self-sabotage or self-undoing your own spirituality, that you hold sacred and private and dear to your heart. And with it being Libra, it's also connected into relationships and bonds and connections with others, connection to ourselves, like I said, but also truth and justice and clarity and harmony and balance as well. So this is what Yasmin Bolin says about Libra energy in any part of whatever part of your chart it is connected in to for you. But if you know where Libra is in your chart and what house it's connected to, just tune into this, what I'm about to read, in connection to that part of your chart, whatever area of your chart that it's in. But she says here, Libra in your chart, you're all about getting things right and justice and making things as smooth as possible. Libra has a reputation for being indecisive, but I believe that's just really lazy astrology. Libra is the balance, the scales, and so of course it weighs up all sides of all sides of an equation before making a decision. Libra energy is a go-between energy. It always wants the truth, preferably presented in a pleasant, fashionable manner. And this really spoke to me for my own chart, and for potentially anyone who's really feeling this Libra New Moon in connection to wherever it is in your chart. And this is also connected into that self-undoing and fears that can reside for me within the 12th house, or whatever is for you in your house, because if you seek, and your heart and your soul yearns for justice and truth and fairness and balance and harmony, which is what Libra is, in such deep aspects like your spirituality, your fears, your job, your career, your relationships with others, your identity, any of these other houses, the way you communicate, then any moment in your human experience on this beautiful planet that you're not acting in alignment, or thinking in alignment, or feeling in alignment to that calling of truth and justice and harmony and peace and balance, then you'll feel like you're coming undone. And I realized that tuning into it for me in my 12th chart, or 12th house in my chart. And so it really came forward to be expressed for everyone, for whatever house your Libra is connected to in your own astrology chart. Just know that this is, wherever Libra is in your chart, it can feel like a cosmic-sized quest, and it can feel a lot bigger than you are, but it's also a house and an energy of balance and relationships and bonds and connections, and not just relationships with people, but how we relate to things in our life, how you relate to your job or your career, how you relate to your health, how you relate to your home life, your family, your finances. These are all relations, just not relations to humans or beings, but to energies and frequencies. So now that whole download is put on the literal table here for you, I'm going to pull us some cards to tune into this energy and this message of reclaiming the relationship to ourselves with truth and justice and peace and harmony, to see what else comes forward for us. All right, so I'm going to go into this deck just to start us off nice and casually here, as that was a big message that kind of just flew out of my mouth and ether. But this is my self-care deck. I absolutely love it. It's double-sided, so I'm going to see what self-care we can all collectively tap into right now to really connect to the balance and the fairness and the harmony that is awaiting us with this new moon, when we have the perception to tune in with it. As Libra is also an air sign, it does connect into our thoughts and our perception and the way we think as well, and what we think about the harmony or disharmony in our lives and our relationships. All right, eyes are shut. Oh, self-care. This card is just like, I'm not going back in, so you might as well take me. Take me! And we have change coming through, embracing change with open heart, letting change bloom in your life like it's blooming around and above her. And the back of this card says, a resistance to change is a resistance to life itself. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings, new perceptions, new ideas, new relationships, new ways of feeling and thinking and understanding yourself, potentially. All right, so I'm going to go into this deck now. It is a newer deck, but I've been getting to know it like crazy lately, so I really wanted to use it with my Light Seers Tarot. So let's see what messages come out for us with reclaiming the relationship we have to ourselves, truth, justice, fairness. I feel like this card, ooh, the Queen of Chalices. this is so appropriate for a Libra energy reading. So, Queen of Chalices is already coming through for us. And it's interesting that this Queen of Chalices, which is the Queen of Cups, traditionally is coming forward because this would connect to, I'm hearing, water sign women, specifically if you know any sun, moon, or rising water sign women in your life, and your potential relationships to those people. But this specific Queen of Chalices, you can see she's literally made of the water, the emotion element herself. But this is this energy of she is the I'm hearing the part of your brain that ignites love and affection and joy and harmony and compassion and contemplation. And she's the spark in your heart that whispers for you to follow your intuition and follow the flow of the emotions that might feel like you could fall through any moment. But really, they got you. Your emotions got you. And so it's interesting because Libra is ruled by Venus. It was 11:11 just on my clock there. So make a wish, my friends. But Libra is ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love and abundance. And one of the names for this Queen of Chalices is the goddess of love, who, you know, is also very connected to Venus. So know that Aphrodite is also coming through for us as the goddess of love. Know that there's a seed of love that's like within your heart. I almost see it like our like if you like were to tune into like your brain, I'd feel like it's like the seed of love that's like within or by your pineal gland. And as soon as you can let that crack open and be illuminated, then that seed of love that's also within there has the light to start to grow as well. But we're the ones who have to, you know, allow that. So, Queen of Chalices, connect to your intuition, connect to your compassion, meditate, reflect, go deep within, follow the flow of your emotions, know that they are supported, know that they are probably leading you to some sort of bigger change right now as well, within relating to yourself and reconnecting to yourself. Okay. Oh, I see. I'm hearing 3. So I shall take one more. We have, the 2 of Swords coming through. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles. Wow, interesting balancing energies. And then the Chariot, interesting. So we have the 2 of Swords here first. And the 2 of Swords is always this energy of indecision or even a little bit of stubbornness. It's when we feel like we're stuck in between a rock and a hard place, or 2 really hard decisions in our life. And it's stubbornness on an emotional, mental sense, because if you look at this, she's blind. I need to stand up because there's actually a lot of detail in this card. So she's blinded herself. She's wearing a mask. She's guarding her heart because the swords are up, and she's even guarding against this beautiful energy of transformation herself, because there is a butterfly in between her swords. So she's probably like this, like facing this monster inside of her head, when in her physical reality it's just a butterfly. But maybe the energy that she's feeling is the butterfly effect. But the 2 of Swords is this energy to go back to your intuition and to your heart and to open it back up again. I pulled a different card from a different deck for myself today, and the affirmation is coming through for this card very loudly and clearly right now, which is the affirmation of, I open my eyes and heart to the magic that is around me. I open my eyes and heart to the magic that is around me. And it might seem easier for us in these situations, especially when dealing with other people or reconnecting to ourselves, where our brain might tell us, well, you can just stay here. You know, inaction is also action, but it's like being forever torn in two is what it feels like. And it's emotional, mental stubbornness and resistance, because there's this overwhelming fear of this butterfly, this change, this transformation that's happening. And you can feel it and you know it's true and happening and real, but the unknown of that butterfly makes us guarded. And yet we have all of this past behind us over here, this other decision that we might feel called to leave behind or shift or upgrade, but that also feels daunting. And so we turn our back to it while also blocking the way forward for ourselves at the same time. And two in itself is an energy of polarity and union and attraction and magnetism. And what's going on in your emotions is what will attract to you and what will affect the change that you're experiencing right now. So this is why it's so important to open your heart and mind to new beginnings. Because fearing the change is just going to bring through more change to fear for you and for us and for all of us. And I'm hearing nobody wants that. After that, we have the Two of Pentacles coming through, and the Two of Pentacles is another two, which is kind of funny. And the Two of Pentacles is this energy of balancing priorities, resources, health, dreams on a physical, tangible level. And you can see here this guy, he's up on this wall, and he's juggling these two pentacles, but he's quite confident. You can see a little confident smirk on his face. And he's well aware that in this juggling process, he will catch what he's throwing up in both hands. And he knows that he has that capability and that balance and that assurance in his physical resources, abilities, understanding to balance and to toss and to juggle those physical energies in his life to assure that balance, harmony, truth, justice, equal relations are achieved. And this is also an energy of balancing what we want in turn, what we want to manifest with what we already have manifested physically for ourselves within our relationships to ourselves, others, truth, balance, justice, peace, harmony. And then we have a really fun card, the Chariot card, and I absolutely love the Chariot card in this tarot deck. It gives me such strong road trip energy, and when I was a young spry chick, my family and I would go on so many road trips, and so this card just makes me teleport back into that time of road trips when we would get up and drive through the night, and it would be dark out, and all you could see was the part of the road in front of you that was illuminated by the headlights. And even though you couldn't see anything that was around you, you couldn't see what was on either side of the road, you just knew you had to stay in your lane, and you knew that if you kept driving and following your own headlights, you would get to your destination. And that is very much the same energy of the Chariot card. The Chariot is also a major arcana card, which is all about huge milestones happening for us in reclaiming our relationships to ourselves, in understanding ourselves better, in bringing peace, truth, justice, harmony, balance back into our relationships, connections, bonds with all of it, just all of it, you know? So I love this Chariot card for that, because it's dark all around, but he has a guiding dove as a hood ornament, and his lights are shining clearly through. This is also making me think of a deeper meaning for the Hermit card, which is about self-meditation and reflection. But the Hermit card he always usually has like a lantern that he's holding up on like a mountain or a cliffside, and he has a staff usually as well. And this blew my mind when I found this out, but the light, the Hermit's light, is the same substance as his staff. So, if you're shining light, truth, peace, justice, harmony into your existence, into the relationship with yourself, into your relationships with others, whether that means that they must come to an end or shift or be reconnected, however that is for you. Know that if that's the lights that you're shining, truth, peace, justice, harmony, then that is also the staff, the container, like this car that you are driving forth in. And if, say, your lights are a little bit in dissonance right now and you're feeling some fear or anxiety or trepidation around something, then that is also, unfortunately, the chariot that you're transporting that energy in. Self-reclamation, reclaiming ourselves, moving forward to peace and truth and justice and harmony. I'm hearing self-assurance coming through. I'm going into this other tarot deck now. Hearing there's 4. I'm going to grab these 2. I'm feeling 6. Changed my mind. Ooh, King of Pentacles. The Star, that's beautiful. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the Hierophant, 7 of Pentacles. Ooh, and then the World. Wow, what a beautiful way to culminate this message. I don't know why I felt like I needed to pull so many cards for us today, but I'm hearing it needed clarifying, so I just went with it. So, we start here with the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is this energy or this person in your life, or you, if you are someone who is very generous, very grounded, very, like you've built up a wealth of knowledge, resources, finances, business ideas, and now you can just sit back and relax in that energy. The King of Pentacles is someone who is very well established on the material, physical plane. They might have started out with nothing, but now they've made it to the top. And they know that they've got their own wealth of knowledge, which is why he's in a library, and loyalty to thank for that. As a King of Chalices, or King of Pentacles, this could also connect to someone in your life who is a masculine energy, or a man who is an earth sign. The Queen of Chalices, that would be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, feminine energy. The King of Pentacles would be someone who is more masculine, more grounded, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, potentially. And I always like to say with this specific King of Pentacles, because I think it every time I see it, that this is also like Santa Claus had a hippie younger brother. That's the guy right there. Same energy, jovial, fun, grounded, very giving, very loving, very loyal. That is the energy of the King of Pentacles. Shifting there, we have the Star afterwards. And the Star is such a beautiful, hopeful card. The Star is when you've been knocked down or feel an anxiety or in really low energy. And it's that spark of hope that comes back. That glimmer of hope in the sky, that where you put your hand on your heart and you're like, okay, that was hard. That was unexpected. And I got knocked on my effing butt. But I think I can do it now. I think I can get back up. I think I can carry on. I think I have just enough hope and inspiration and guiding light to get back onto it. Because I know there's more path waiting for me. And that is the energy of the Star, this energy of taking that deep sigh after you've had a fall and getting back up again with renewed hope, renewed inspiration, renewed connection, renewed guidance. Seeing that there will be light, that the sun will rise again after the dark night. After that we have a slippy card. We have the 10 of Wands coming through. So some of us in this journey of reclamation of ourselves and our relationships to that we have to ourselves, we're almost at the end of this long haul journey where we've been cultivating this renewed connection and understanding and love potentially for ourselves and our relationship to ourselves. But through this journey, this long journey that we've been on, we've picked up a lot of extra burden, energetic, relationships, people, hobbies, and these extra burdens can even be positive things sometimes, not necessarily obstacles or challenges or responsibilities or burdens, but if you are someone who's really into studying and learning new things, and all of a sudden you have 10 different things you're trying to learn all at once, you might pull the 10 of Wands, because you've overburdened your mind with a whole bunch of fun new things to learn. And when the 10 of Wands comes forward for us like this, it's a message that we gotta put some of this stuff down. We can technically carry on with all of the weight. We will get to the finish line with all of what we are carrying at this moment. But how exhausted, how burnt out, how stressed out will we be at the end of the journey with all of that extra weight, responsibility, burdens, tasks that we've picked up along the way. The 10 of Wands wants you to know that you can put some of those down, and if your brain has difficulty and resistance to putting things down, people down, tasks down, responsibilities down, you can kind of trick it by telling yourself, I'm just putting it down for now. Just for now. I'll come back for it when I'm ready for it. But for now, I'm putting it down. And when you say that to yourself, as you're putting these overburdens down, this over-encumbrance, lightening your load, when you tell yourself you're just doing it for now, and then you carry on without that thing that you're going to come back for, you might get to the end of this journey that you're on, this leg of this road that you've been traveling, and realize, I don't actually need to go back for that. I'm actually fine without it. And then all of a sudden, not only do you have extra energy to spend, because that energy you are subconsciously putting towards picking that up again is now free for whichever manifestation, relation, connection, bond, harmony, rebalancing that's being called for. But you also now have just a general surplus of energy and intention and well-being and harmony and more balance because you put the thing down to begin with. So you're reaching the finish line with a surplus of energy as opposed to being overspent. And that is the message of the 10 of Wands for us. Whatever is holding you back, whatever is weighing you down on the road to reclaiming the relationship with yourself that is harmonized, that is balanced, that is full of love and trust and understanding and acceptance, it's time to put whatever that burden is down. Because you're almost at the end of this leg of the journey, and you deserve to have an excess of energy and celebrate what you've learned along the way. Next, we have the Hierophant, which is another major arcana card. The Star is as well. So massive healing, massive moving forward energy with the Chariot. And then we have the Hierophant, and this is like deeper understanding. This is spiritual awakening. It is also seeking higher understanding of what's happening within this relationship to you and yourself. And maybe even I'm hearing for some of what we're being called to on a bigger, higher scale. Maybe it's time for us to walk that stairway of deep understanding and awakening for ourselves, for our harmony with ourselves, with our heart, with our life, and tune into it on a more profound, big picture, I'm hearing, level. The Hierophant might also be calling you to seek further studies. So maybe self-care studies, find a coach, find a guide, find a mentor who can maybe guide you through the process of reclaiming that relationship with yourself and rebalancing that harmony within yourself, because sometimes we need a coach or someone with higher understanding to show us that path up. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that if you feel like you need a coach or a mentor or a guide to help show you the way that you can walk through this journey of self-love with yourself and reclaiming that relationship with yourself. I honestly have worked with a coach for over a year now, and I don't think I would be in this current alignment making this current video if I had not received the call and taken the initiative to go forward with it. And she didn't heal me, but she showed me how I can heal myself. And we all have that power to heal ourselves. And as we heal ourselves, we come back into harmony with ourselves. So potentially for some of you, this is a calling and an answer to find or connect with people to help make that pathway more clear for you, potentially. Or maybe you are that person who is making that pathway more clear for you. And if you are, the message that I'm hearing for you is that the guidance that you are giving others that is so clear and profound for them can also be for you as well. After the Hierophant, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and this is all about making healthy choices in your life on a physical, tangible, material level. I love this specific Seven of Pentacles. I mean, the Light Seers Tarot is by far one of my all-time favorite decks. I love her dearly. But I love the Seven of Pentacles because traditionally the Seven of Pentacles is a man, and he has this huge shrubbery with 7 pentacles on it over here, and then below his feet, but in between his feet, there's another little shrubbery with a single pentacle on it. And he's standing and he's trying to decide which plant, which manifestation, which physical choice is the healthiest. And the truth is that they're both healthy. It just depends on what outcome or journey or growth you're looking for. You can continue to nurture and grow the manifestation physically, tangibly, materially, that is guiding you towards abundance for yourself and self-harmony, that is already showing you manifestations and outcomes, and you're already able to harvest from it, because you can just continue on with it and it will just maintain, and all you'll need to do is simple upkeep. Or you can go over here, this tiny little shrub that you've just potentially planted. And it is already showing signs of bearing fruit. On the original Seven of Pentacles, there is a single pentacle already on that small shrubbery that he's just planted potentially. Although it will take more time, more care, more intention and attention to obviously nurture and grow this new shrubbery up to the same level as this one that has already been cultured and manifested and probably has bore fruit many times for you. This is another level of that healthy choices decision, and it kind of connects more into the small shrubbery, the new plant that's been recently added to the garden of life and love, I'm hearing. Because you see here how in this card, if you look at it just like this, it's this man, and he's just like pouring his intention, his love, his literal life force energy into this tiny plant. And he's just very peaceful and in tune with it. And that itself looks like a very healthy relationship to have with something physical and with yourself and your physical self as well, and your physical well-being, as that's also a connection of the pentacles. But then you shift down here, and then you see, oh, so even though that's all that's physically visible of this energy I've put in so far to reclaiming myself, harmony, truth, justice, and love, the roots are the most healthiest part of this tiny little tree. And because the roots are that healthy, and because you've put that peace, trust, harmony, truth, justice, love into those roots, that same energy is going to be infused up into this beautiful tree that you have been tending. And that is why they're both healthy choices, but potentially what's most healthy right now for you in reclaiming yourself is to focus on what roots need your love the most. And finally, within tarot, but not the least within tarot, we have the World. And the World is a beautiful card, especially on this journey of reclaiming our relationship to ourselves, reclaiming truth, balance, peace, justice, harmony, and love for ourselves with this Libra New Moon, with this idea of seeking those energies within our relationships with ourselves, our environment, our home, our bodies, the other people in our lives. Then we come to a full close with the World. And the World is when we've learned the full lesson. We've not repeated the cycle, I'm hearing. We've learned the full lesson. I say that when we have the World card, it's full culmination, full completion. It's also can be a little bit like, and they lived happily ever after for some of us, where you finish the old cycle, and then you come through wearing miracles. And she is dressed in a rainbow, and a rainbow is a sign that blessings and miracles are on the way in this new chapter for us, moving through in reclaiming the relationships we have to ourselves, in reclaiming truth and justice, peace, harmony, balance, and love in all aspects of our lives, in all aspects of how we relate to everyone and everything in our lives, and moving forward through it all with acceptance. She is moving through that portal like this. Not like this. She is moving through the portal with arms open, not arms closed. So it's time to open up. I'm hearing it's time to open up. It's time to open up to yourself. It's time to open up to your emotions. It's the goddess of love that is the seed of emotive magic within your brain, within your intuition. It's time to open up to the healthy choices that you've been putting off potentially so that you can maybe keep what you think is peace and harmony when really it's just indecision or dissonance. We are ready for this, I'm hearing. We are ready for this. We are so ready for this. We have come so far, and we are so ready to reclaim ourselves, to reclaim the relationships we have to ourselves, to reclaim the truth, the peace, the balance, the justice, the harmony, the love, not just for ourselves in our relationships and our lives, but for the collective conscious, for this planet, for this galaxy, for this existence. Anywho, this has been a long reading. I've been very rambly. My apologies if it's been hard to follow, but also my appreciation for if you've made it this far in the reading and you didn't just tap out because of my rambliness. I'm gonna pull us one more card to show us that through this journey of self-reclamation and reclaiming those high frequency energies of love, peace, truth, justice, and harmony and balance, we are already manifesting something for ourselves, for this planet, for our collective consciousness on a grand scale. And this is going to show us what that is. And it's also going to give us an affirmation that we can use to tap into this manifestation coming through for us with this Libra New Moon. Ooh, hello. 2 cards. We have, whoop, oh my gosh. So we have beauty coming through. Beauty, seeing the beauty in all things, the beauty in yourself, the beauty in your situation, whatever's happening in your life right now, the beauty in your relationships, the beauty in your environment. Beauty is coming through with Master number 4, and that is the energy of balance and stability, like Libra, like reclaiming that energy of yourself. And it says here, I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. I have a form that is divine. I allow what is within to shine. And then last but not least, we also have safe travel with 22. And we also have 2 2s here, so that's 4 4 4. And that's also more balance, more stability, more harmony, more structure coming through for us. And we also have 22 and 2 there, and not that I'm trying to finger the camera or anything, but I also have 222 tattooed on my hand. So that is a huge, massive sign for us that as we continue on this journey to the end of this lesson, and then onward to the greater things that await for us beyond, that we are on the right track, that we are moving forward on the right path, and to keep the faith. And last but not least, above all of those, we also have the message that on this journey, we have safe travel. And this is, keep me safe and let me roam, far away, but bring me home. Safe travel, whether you're traveling physically, whether you're traveling within your heart and your understanding, whether you're traveling and exploring within relationships, you are safe, you are on the right track, you are being guided. Beauty of life and love and all that is always around us. And we just need to open up to see it and know that if it means that something is coming to a close so that you can fully reclaim the relationship to you, which is most important, then you are safe and all is well, and blessings and miracles wait for you on the other side of this massive portal. That is our huge, almost hour-long Libra New Moon reading. Again, thank you so much if you've made it all the way through this reading. I know it was a very long one, unexpectedly, but I just had to go with the flow of it. And I appreciate you if you've made it this far. I appreciate you for listening and trying to make sense of the rabblings. And I will see you in my next video. Namaste.